drawing board. They're doing some things with NIL. They're trying to catch up as far as that goes with the other schools and other programs. So I think the sky's the limit, man. I think next year they'll be right back in the mix and a little more hungry and also knowing like this can really happen. We could go from number 1 to 9 in the tournament. So that's also good.
Yeah,
all right,
that's where Brady came into play too. 3-point shooting and that leadership. They had a good rebounding with Armando, but the NIL. Let me bring up that it's so crazy because college for us was a while ago. It's 10 years for you, 14 years for me.
Yeah.
We didn't have any of that, man.
Yeah.
And I'm watching Outer Banks. I see Armando on the show, and I'm like, what did they have a Tyler Hansborough jersey on the show? Outer Banks. So these guys are getting so many other deals, and you could transfer without losing a year and. It's so many things that come into play, which kind of junks up the college game a little bit. And I said, I think Carolina, I wouldn't say behind on it, but we never prided ourselves on bringing guys in, doing it that way type situation. So I think it's hard for us to kind of open that door fully and be like, all right, we're open to doing this. Let's make sure we, recruit these guys this way. We were always recruited off of what we built from the past and what the resume holds. Like, it should be an honor for you to come here at Carolina. We shouldn't have to pay you. We shouldn't have to get you this or this type of deal. And I said, we're still adapting and adjusting to it, but hopefully we get on it a little sooner because it looks like kids don't really care to go to school unless they're getting those type of deals.
I'm going to keep it a buck with you. These other schools with this NIL stuff, they already had their stuff in place. Now they can bring it above ground. They already had their owners. They already had their money. They already had that in place. So now all the School X and the SEC had to do is say, all right, fellas, you're good now. You can just give us some money straight to our face, right? I think Carolina has to, I know they'd have to convince the donors to understand. And then there's a fine line between NIL. You don't want to have a donor giving so much money that they're influencing who's being recruited, who's playing. And those things are going to start to happen as well. So it's a whole can of worms. I don't think it's sustainable, but I love the fact that the kids is getting to the money because I remember I had to scrape together a couple $100 and get something to eat and have a good time. So I'm happy about that.
It's speaking of money, since John, you could I guess this is totally fine for you as a North Carolina alum. I'm assuming you bet on your squad this year.
I leave them alone, bro, because I think of my heart, dog. Like,